And so here, 2-2 it is. Bayern Munich dropping their first points of the season. It comes on match day 10 in the Bundesliga. First time in every competition. Archie, this might be an official wobble.
The thing is, after the PSG game, I'm almost tempted to say, look, if this is what it takes, if it takes until match 17 of the season before you don't win a game, chapeau Bayern Munich. And all the same, I think we've seen a similar formula that Cologne used, extended out into 90 minutes here with a little less risk-taking than Cologne did. And hats off to Union Berlin, because this was some performance. Granted, they benefited from a Bayern goalkeeping error for the second season running at home, because last season, Jonas Urbig got a palm on it but didn't push it out, and Benedikt Hollerbach was able to take advantage of that. And today, Danilo Durkee, you can't give him any space or time in the box. They saw that with Harry Kane's clearance, as Ale was saying there. He's got 6 goals already this season, which equals his best ever tally for a season, which was back in 2022-2023. And he was saying the other week, look, maybe I'd be a good striker. On this evidence, and given the fact that he's Union Berlin's top scorer this season, you'd say so. From a Bayern perspective, okay, they dropped points, but given the statement win that they had against PSG, and they've got big things to come against Arsenal, it was inevitable. And I think that Vincent Kompany will take something away from the fact that even though they were 2-1 down late on, they still managed to fight back and get a draw. Wobble, yeah, okay. But to be honest, I find it difficult to be too critical of Bayern Munich, given what's come before.
Okay, yeah, let's talk about Vincent Kompany, because that's how he will frame it, that even when the chips were down, they still came back and salvaged a point.
Well, absolutely, that's how he's going to frame it, because that story favors him and favors the team. What I would suggest is, Vincent, I don't know, there are some tired legs and tired minds out there. You rotated the team against Bayer Leverkusen, but you choose not to rotate when your team played a man down for more than 45 minutes against PSG, at PSG, in the tension of the Champions League, and all the expectations that went into that match. I thought there was a lot of emotional and physical expenditure in that match for Bayern Munich, and we saw it. It's not, I'm not making it up, we saw it in the first half. They were flat. And when you're flat like this, and you have been as dominant as Bayern Munich has been, you got to find explanations. And the explanation is you're still hung up on what was against PSG, and you're still hung up on that success, not because you're thinking, oh, how great were we against PSG. You're hung up on that in a sense that physically you're not quite there. Mentally, you're not quite there. And Union Berlin doesn't get you nearly as excited to play as does PSG. And so that's why I thought that you needed different faces. Guys that would be excited to play. Guys that would be high energy from the very first minute, so that you match that high energy of Union Berlin. Once you allow Union Berlin to think that they're part of the competition, that they're part of the game, now the crowd gets into it, and they think, maybe. These points are not budgeted for us, but maybe we're going to get something out of this, and there's nothing to lose for us and everything to gain. I think Bayern Munich allowed that to happen, and when you allow a team to hang around long enough, you make a mistake, as they were prone to do today. Bayern Munich made a lot of mistakes coming out of the back, a lot of mistakes in set pieces as well. Then you find yourself trailing. Yes, give them credit that they came back and they scored a game-tying goal. But I think there's a message here for both Vincent Kompany and this team that you need to be able to follow up performance.
Still quite a comfortable lead, I would say, for Bayern Munich up at the top there, thanks to all their hard work so far this season. That's how things are shaping up as it stands right now. So 2 errors today from 2 usually very dependable players in a team like this. Manuel Neuer and Harry Kane leading to goals for Union Berlin.
Yeah, and so you take all of that in if you're Vincent Kompany, you go, well, this day was bound to happen at some point. Seasons are not perfect, they're not a science, you don't exactly know when the team is going to be there or not. Give Bayern Munich credit in that they've been there for the most part in the early part of the season. Give Union Berlin credit as well in the manner in which they play. And if you're Vincent Kompany, you take the momentum of the late goal into the international break and allows you and the team to reset and just kind of break the season into cycles and go, all right, going into the November international break, look where we are. look what we have done, all the things that we have done well. This wasn't our best game, but maybe it was the right time for us to actually have a break. It works to the advantage of Bayern Munich in the sense that you scored a late goal, so you have a much better feeling about this game than you would have otherwise.
Yeah, well, they were never going to win every game this season, and so, yeah, a draw's a draw, right?
Not with that attitude, no.
Is this a wobble then?
Well, yeah, so this was the definition of a wobble. I don't know why we're wobbling on the wobble. It was the definition of a wobble today.
Okay, let's get word from Harry Kane because he is pitch side now with Archie Rintot.
Kay, thank you very much. Harry, it was always going to be difficult coming off the high of PSG. How did you see the game today?
Yeah, it was kind of what we expected, very similar to the game we had here last season as well. They make it difficult, they play a lot of long balls, they get set pieces, they're a tall, big team, and you have to fight for every moment. And probably the first 30 minutes were disappointing from us. We didn't quite have our rhythm, they made it tough. After that, the last 10 minutes of the first half, we was the better team, could have gone 2-1 ahead. And then going behind, you have to find a way to get something out of the game like we did today. And obviously, the winning streak is finished, but overall, we still take a little bit of momentum going into the international break in the manner that we scored last minute.
It reminded me a bit of the first half an hour against Cologne in terms of the long balls. What is it that's so difficult for the team to deal with in terms of that? Because it's rare that I've not seen the team play a game on their own terms this season.
Yeah, I think it's difficult. Second balls are so important in those type of moments, and they done well, especially in that first 30 minutes, like Cologne did. And also when you're playing, the pitch wasn't great. You're trying to secure the ball, it bobbles, they get the momentum, they get a set piece, and the crowd get up. And this is all part of football. This is all part of these type of games that you have to find a way of getting through those moments, like we did in Cologne. So yeah, look, we can't have every game on our turn. We can't play the perfect football all the time. But what's good to know is that when things get tough, we still have the mentality to find a way through it.
Must be satisfying to, after the clearance going wrong for yourself, to then get the goal which equalises in the.
Yeah, I think that's part of not just my mentality, but the mentality of the team. Anyone can make a mistake, and obviously it was my mistake for the second goal. So I was just itching to get a chance at the end there and put it away. And then thankfully Tom put a great ball in, and I kind of snuck it just past the keeper. So this is part of football. I've been playing long enough to know that mistakes are going to happen. It's just nice to be able to help the team out with that one at the end.
I'll give you one more positive. The angle from which Luis Diaz scored today.
Yeah, incredible, to be honest. It was the way he kept the ball in and got past his defender and then scored was just a special goal, to be honest. A really, really special goal. So he's been pulling stuff like that out all season, but I reckon that was probably his best goal tonight.
Harry, thank you very much.
Thank you.